Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you very much for watching my channel. I really appreciate it. Whatever brought you here, I want you to stay here. I don't want you going anywhere else because that'd kind of defeat the purpose of, me trying to get you to stay hooked in. Stay hooked in. Stay reeled in. I have no money and or budget for anything other than just my voice. So come on, just pretend I have really cool fast displaying graphics and it's like all these really cool things happening, and I'm just like, hey, yo, drop a sub. I got 5 million subs. You feel me? Boom, boom, boom. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to be that silly, I promise. Mostly. I might get silly. I don't know. Sometimes it happens. But regardless, let's talk tonight about Mount Everest. So, I don't think we've talked about Mount Everest ever on the channel. So let's welcome Mount Everest into our humble abode. Hello, Mount Everest, the topic and or, actual mountain. It's nice to talk about ya. Anyways, I obviously have nothing to say bad about you, Mr. Everest, or Mrs. Everest, whatever. You know, I just feel like the people that continue to pollute your local environment are the people that we really need to talk about, and that's what we're talking about tonight. So, link in the description below to a good video, a cool video that talks about some of the problems that are currently taking place on Mount Everest so far as it concerns the literal pileup of human waste, and not just that, but the actual buildup of human remains as a result of the inaccessibility of them and where they have their unfortunate accidents. And surprisingly, there are many, many, many um, unalived bodies on Mount Everest, and for this very reason, stay there in perpetuity because, again, they can't be accessed. And so, as a result, obviously, people not staying alive as a result of trying to climb Mount Everest is a tragedy. I mean, you don't really ever in any situation root for a person to like be offed, I mean, unless it's a fictional universe where it's like some bad guy or something. But seriously, like that's unfortunate in and already of itself. But like the fact that it's, you know, exacerbated by the fact that there really isn't any kind of serious system put in place to address these kinds of concerns, as it specifically pertains to having the kind of manpower to always be out on the lookout for human beings and their safety and stuff. And I'd say that given the right amount of money and with technology, obviously, like a lot of extreme sports like climbing the biggest mountain on earth would be a little bit easier because of the elimination and or better mitigation of risk. And just currently it's not there, and as a result of that lack of there being that, we're dealing with the waste on the side of the mountain, as well as um, the inability to retrieve other people that have lost their lives. And so Mount Everest is, a topic that I know that, for example, who is a millennial kid, I'm 36, like you grew up in the 90s, like legit, I was born in 87, you grew up in the 90s, you get Scholastic Weekly, Highlights magazine, they talk about cool stuff, wild animals, those trading cards, the yellow bordered wild animal zoo or zoo animal character cards. They taught you all about the different kinds of things in the world and stuff, or those scholastic cards, or oh my goodness, or those booklets that, like, did you know, when you'd ask like these random questions and stuff. But at any rate, you heard of Mount Everest. Maybe it was a topic at school or whatever. I mean, it is the largest mountain that we know of here on the surface of the planet. I wonder if like there wasn't any water, if there was a bigger mountain. I bet there would be. But anyways, Everest is a real fascinating topic, and I again have known about it for like 5 years at least or something. But in that time, I bring that up because it wasn't like a destination so much as it is now. Literally, thousands of people have that on their bucket list, and that's kind of one of the things. Even at some point in my life, I thought, and I still think about climbing Mount Everest. I have climbed mountains before. I enjoy climbing mountains. I know that sounds weird saying, kind of, as like a normal person who just passively will, be down to climb a mountain. I don't know, like, I enjoy mountain climbing tremendously. I'm from the high desert. It's just kind of the way that it works. Our lungs work different up here. But anyways, I like crave high elevation and mountain air and stuff, or just again, so like going to Mount Everest I think would be cool, but at least not until I wouldn't go like until it was like a little bit more controlled again, as it concerns some of the risks that are being taken just to begin with. And so it's an interesting topic. It's interesting if you didn't know, right? Because it's not something that like trends on the news or whatever. So there might, be a situation in which you're a viewer watching this show and you didn't know that all of those things that we just talked about were occurring on Mount Everest, and maybe you watch the video below. I mean, I really enjoy putting videos in my links for description. Obviously, I utilize their videos as kind of a jumping off point sometimes for what I discuss, and whether it's specifically reactionary to their video, which oftentimes it's not. It's just, again, has kind of inspired the improvisational speech that you hear. So I like to make sure that I remember to always put that in there, especially when I say I'm going to. Although I'm sure there's more than a handful of videos on the channel that haven't had that, and that's again mostly because I only have a phone and can't really know which videos are edited and stuff on the content creator or YouTube studio, just because like it doesn't have the same functionality as it does on a desktop. Even in desktop version, it's incredibly hard to use websites on desktop versions on your mobile web browser, just because the screen is so small. It's like, man, give me. I don't like iPads, like, or notebooks, in that they're just big phones. But like, who doesn't enjoy a good laptop screen or a good desktop screen? I mean, I know that's where I'm really headed in my life. And so Everest is again, an interesting topic. I feel like a lot of people still want to accomplish that goal, like I even said just with myself. But we're gonna have to, I think, all really kind of real consider those options moving forward. And there's actually some other really cool mountains on Earth that no one really ever climbs and that we don't talk about a lot, that I'd be super interested in checking out at some point. I hope that you guys are doing good. I, again, am just kind of relaxing for today and tomorrow before my life changes on Sunday, and it'll be an interesting day, but it's also been really fun to sort things out here at my apartment as it concerns, trying to be a clean, middle aged bachelor who really, is only motivated to get this show done every single day, and now some other, responsibilities that I absolutely must address. And so I'm trying to, be better. I'm trying to be my best self. And so that's been, I think, working out for me okay. Not as fast as I'd like, but not everything works like the Autobahn. That's a reference I've never used. What exactly is the Autobahn? I saw it on a recommended video the other day, but I didn't click on it, learning all about the Autobahn. I only know of it from like Need for Speed, or Midnight Club. It's like the freeway where you're allowed to go as fast as you want. I hope that you guys are doing good again. Enjoy your Friday night, alright? I'm gonna get going. I think my roommate's on his way home. I saw him shoot me a text. I'm gonna text him back. Couldn't thank you guys enough for being here with me. And just know that obviously I've been saying it for a few days now. The program will change. I hope that it's just going to get better. I want it to get better. I'm going to try to be better. And so until next time, I hope that you guys have a really good night. Be safe out there. And don't drink and drive. If you're going to have anything at all to drink or be under the influence, make sure you have a designated driver to handle all of your transportation needs. Make sure you get there safe. I hope you guys have a good night. Bye.